Welcome back to the Next Possession podcast. Today we got Tom Richardson on the podcast. Many people know him, and if you don't, plays for Manchester Magic under 18s team. Also my teammate. So welcome to the Next Possession, Tom.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're very lucky, Tom. Right, so Tom, we've got a few questions for you that we're going to go through. So the first one's on confidence. So if anyone knows you, everyone knows you're a shooter. I'm wondering where that confidence came in your shot, and was it something that you started basketball with, or is it something you were able to gain over the years?
I've always been good at shooting type thing, but then as I played ball hall with Harley, Jack, I got my shot more. I started shooting a lot more, came down, brought the ball down, shot, and it just came from there. And then from then it started getting a bit better and better. And I just started shooting pretty much everything.
Yeah. How much was like a technique thing? Do you think it was a technique, or do you think you just got an eye?
And when I first started playing, my technique was rubbish. I shot two-handed, so I think it was just like an eye for it at the time.
Yeah, yes. Moving on from that though is like confidence. So like you have amazing confidence with your shot, but then off the court, I feel like you're not the most confident person in the world. You're a bit shy, you're a bit timid. Yeah, you even look shy now. Yeah. So I'm wondering how that contrast sort of happens, and like how you don't take the confidence from the court off it and stuff.
I feel like off the court, I feel like I need to blend in a bit. So just be with the crowd. So in college, I'm just with people. I'm not in a team. I feel like I need to be more of a leader type thing, like tell people what to do, how to do it, and explain stuff. So I need to be more vocal on the court.
Yeah.
I also think it helps when you're good at something and like if you've been doing something for so long, and I'd say like obviously me and Tom are pretty close. I've known him since like a child, and like even the other teammates, we all kind of know each other because we're around each other so much. I think that's a lot easier to then like on the court, like we have our trust in Tom, and Tom trusts us. So it's kind of like to take that shot. It's like he has more confidence because like at college, as much as you know those people, they're still like pretty random and strangers compared to like I'd say like the people you play with, you kind of grow up with, and it's just like two totally different environments. That's what I like see it as myself.
Yeah, but where do you guys gain that trust? So like there's teams that have been together for ages and they still don't trust each other.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'd say the difference in like scenarios we've been in. Cause we've had our like ups, like we've won things together, we've won games, we've had good moments, good practices. But then we've also had the opposite, where it's like we've had our bad practices, we've had bad moments in games, bad results, and it's kind of like us all going through that together and like being with each other outside of basketball so much has also like to help with that.
Yeah, do you need to do that though with knowing each other outside? I'd almost argue you don't, because there's a few guys on the team that I don't think would do anything outside, and they've still got the same trust. So what do you think? How do you feel like you've gained trust over the years with each other?
'Cause, yeah, like what Holly was saying, we've been known each other for years, and then these new trialists who have come in, you sort of earn trust because you've been surrounded by all these people. When they come in, you just pass it on to them pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's just you're just welcoming them in.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, I think we built like coming into a team that already trust each other so much. There's already that massive sense of just trust in general between everyone. It's like having someone come into the team. I think like everyone on the team's like pretty nice people. And like I say pretty nice, that was like everyone's nice people. It's like when you come in, it's pretty welcoming. And it's like you're coming into that trusting environment and like the trust is kind of reciprocated from the start on a certain level. I also say about the going outside, like doing stuff outside of basketball as well. Like me and Tom, I wouldn't say we like go and meet up all the time outside of basketball for like all of we known each other, but just being together and at basketball, like we have that connection there. It's like I think that's strong enough as it is. So like on the court, we have that level to where it wouldn't make a difference whether we see each other outside or inside of basketball.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering because obviously your roles are completely different, like in the team. Would you agree with that? Yeah. So obviously we put a bit more of a emphasis on your shooting. I think everyone does that. I'm wondering how you do that as a shooter. How do you balance taking the shots that you know you can hit, but also staying within the offense of the team? Because if you just took every single shot, then the team would almost be against you. How do you find that balance of staying within team concept but also getting your shots off when you need?
I see it as like if I'm open, I'm gonna shoot it. But then it's like if I see like a better opportunity, so like if I caught it in the corner and I had the shot, but I see someone cutting to the basket, obviously find a better option, which I feel like I'm trying to like learn to balance because like a few years ago I just shot everything and didn't really think twice. But now I'm trying to like it'd be more inside the offense. So like, if I catch it, like an action and stuff, trying to get more flow into it.
Yeah, but does that make you second guess your shot sometimes?
Sometimes, like if I see someone running at me, like last season I would have just shot it, but this season I'm trying to like get more of like a better look.
Yeah. Because do you feel like sometimes you kind of pigeonholed into just one role? Like I can only really shoot. And you feel like, does that hurt development in other areas where maybe I could come off pick and roll, I could create more, I could.
I feel like in certain games, so if we're playing like not of a good team, I would look to try and just shoot and not really run anything else. But if like trying to play, say like Giants or a good team, I would like try and be more involved, like run actions, trying to get into the pick and roll, get movement in the offense.
Well, with like obviously your shots that you want to take, some of them are pretty crazy and like out of the flow of the offense. And like some people aren't as understanding, especially like I think we've got to the point now where it's a bit more understanding. It's like Tom takes a shot, it's like that's Tom's shot, we're okay with it. But like obviously there was a point at the beginning, when you first come to the team, maybe not as much in the 14s, but I'd say like 16s.
Yeah.
When you first started taking those shots, I know a lot of people on the team was like, whoa, like this is crazy.
Yeah.
So to have people thinking the shots you're taking are wrong, did that have like an effect on you? Like how did you cope with people being against your shots, but you thinking they're right and still taking them?
I would like try and talk to him. So I say, no, I thought that was the right look. I would like, so like, say someone said I was open on the like wing or something. I would go, yeah, I'll look next time. But on that opportunity, I thought I was open, and then just try and I think as the season progressed, people started understanding, yeah, he shoots more than passing. More people would think.
Yeah.
So I think more people, as the season progressed, actually understood that I do shoot more than pass.
Yeah. Do you think your passing is underrated?
I feel like I can pass,
Yeah.
but I don't really go for like the crazy passes. I prefer just the simple ones.
Yeah, but I think you've definitely got an eye for passing. I think even at a younger age you had an eye for passing. I do think sometimes it's overshadowed because you are only thinking sometimes, where can I get my shot? Where can I get my shot? But I do think you can see a pass, especially like a full court pass. So is that something that you're even aware of, or?
Because if I was like a point guard and brought down the ball, I would probably do that a bit more. But in my game, I usually like run down to the corner and wait for like the play to reach me, than try and create the play. So I feel like if I like handled the ball, I would look for them a bit more. But if I'm just in the corner, there's nothing really like do a full court pass and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you think sometimes though, when you shoot it, there's almost a double standard where like I see many times where you're there for the extra pass and it never gets past you, and they shoot it, and then when it's vice versa, because it's you and you've shot a few more times, if you don't make the extra pass, it's like a massive deal. Do you ever feel like that? That like, well, we should all just be doing it instead of it's almost like if you don't make the extra pass, it's a massive deal. But if someone else does it, no one's really bothered.
If like I don't really get the extra pass, I'll still like encourage the shot. So I'll say, "Oh, good shot," but I'm there for the next one. Like I feel like other people should do that as well. So like if they're open and I shoot, just come up to me and say it was a good shot, but next time if it's not there, I'm there for the extra. So I explain it when stuff like that happens.
Yeah, I think that's important in a team to understand. Like Tom's pretty defined as like our shooter. Like I think if you were to say to anyone on the team who's the shooter of the team, I think Tom would be probably the unanimous answer. But I think it's people, especially on the team, not just ours. I'm just saying in general. I think it's important to understand that like when Tom takes, it's like in a situation where he's driving kick and Tom's open, and maybe I'm on the extra. If Tom takes that shot when he's open, I don't think that's a bad shot that he didn't extra compared to if I caught it there and I extra it because I feel like I get my shots more in other areas of the offense, but that's where Tom gets his shots. So if he extra it every single time that I would have, Tom wouldn't get a shot. Like he'd have no shots in the offense, and he wouldn't fit into it. To where, because he's not getting the same ones of maybe pick and roll that I get, or when I bring it down and be my man, he's not getting those same opportunities. So I think people don't realize that. And it's like, well, if I was in your situation, I would extra it. But you're also getting shots elsewhere where Tom isn't, and that's like his luck that like his games are around. So I feel like there's a lack of understanding about that.
Yeah, but then do you not feel like you'd want those other shots as well?
I'm trying to like include them.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to drive in a bit more, trying to use my mid range because I've never like really been into mid range because I always think like two steps back, it's worth another point.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like, include that a bit more, trying to like get into the mid range, use my floaters, trying to advance my game around the rim a bit.
Yeah, I think that's definitely needed. Because obviously, when you get older, you do go into sort of like, well, this is what you do. You've only got a couple of things that you do. But at junior level, I think you should be trying to explore basically everything. Doesn't mean everyone can handle the ball, everyone can play, but everyone should be able to score in multiple ways, be able to make different passes. I do think that's important, yeah. But moving on from that, you've just started coaching.
Yeah.
I'm wondering why, when you've started coaching, what are like the main differences that you've seen, more on the mental side of you, like how your thought process goes from when you're playing to when you're coaching the little ones.
When I'm doing a drill, so like say you give us a drill, I just go, oh yeah, I'm doing this. But when you're on the coaching side of it, you think of like what are the benefits of it? Like how is this going to help them improve and in game scenarios? Like I did a drill where it was like a chasing and they had to run out and go help. So if you did that, I would just think, oh, I need to run there. But if I'm a coach, I need to think like this in game, like what's their like downside of their game. So if they're driving that's open, they just gotta get scored on. So you need to try and think of like what's needed for that team when coaching.
Yeah.
Do you think that's helped you? Helped you while playing? So like like you said in coaching, you have to think of more the benefits and why you're doing it. Compared to like in a game, if I'm doing a move, I'm doing it just because it's kind of like muscle memory or like I just know to do this move. Do you think more now you're coaching and you're looking deeper into it, do you see more in the game like this is why I should be doing this or I should do that because of this? Or have you still got that mindset of I'm just doing it because that's what I need to do?
Yeah, I do see that. But like when I'm shooting, I just shoot. But then like if I catch it, I drive and then should know there's gonna be a clock. Like the movement, I understand it a bit more now through coaching because I'm constantly doing it. Like we're working on 5 out, so you know when you pass, you cut ball side, you're just thinking more advanced than what I used to think about.
Yeah, I agree with that because I think I got to be a way better player when I started coaching, which is so annoying because it's kind of when my career ended. But yeah, because I'm more focused on I need to get everything right now, and I need to like even say like skill development moves and stuff. I'd almost think how could I coach it if I wasn't able to do it? So if I'm shooting like an idiot, the kid's gonna be like, "Well, what's that?" Yeah. So no, I think it's good. I wonder what you think though, like the barriers for other juniors getting into coaching because you almost are very rare. If I think on the boys' side now, I can't think of many other juniors that are helping out coach like that. So what are the barriers to stop people doing that?
It could be like people going into education. Like people could be caught up in college, like have loads of work to do. Like especially like our age, we're going to like uni. Like, there's a lot of things that could like people work. So it's just that lack of free time that could impact it.
Yeah, but do you think it's a benefit for juniors to do it?
Yeah, it helps you understand the game a lot more.
Yeah. Uh, I'm wondering if coaching would what be like something you would get into after this. Is it why you're doing it or? Yeah.
Like I was going to do a third year in college of a sports coaching course,
Yeah.
and then a uni came into my college the other day and was like talking about sports coaching in uni. So I might do that, just like getting into the coaching because I can coach here. I can also like do coaching like schools and stuff as well.
Yeah, that would be good. You know when you are a coach and you because obviously you're coaching the under 12s, aren't you? Yeah. Do you ever worry about like the way you sort of play sometimes rubbing off on the 12s? Like say we obviously talked about you are a shooter. And you took up some crazy shots sometimes, yeah. Shut up, Harley. You took up some crazy shots sometimes. Do you ever worry about maybe the 12s might start doing that. Or
I've noticed that like with my brother a bit.
yeah,
So he just mimics my game. So if I mainly run to the corner and that's all he does. Like he just runs to the corner. He doesn't do anything much. So when he runs, he doesn't really do anything else but stand in that corner because that's all he's ever seen me do.
yeah,
So I feel like that's rubbed off on him in like the wrong way.
yeah,
So we need to like, add to his game and like say that's not all you can do. Like you can do other things. Like you can try to bring down the ball. You can play another role instead of just stand in the corner and shoot.
yeah.
With having a younger brother, obviously, Jack, I found it pretty difficult myself. Like, what was your experience with like, oh, I say what was like, what is your experience with like coaching and helping him with basketball? Because I feel like younger brothers really idolize the older brother and want to play. Like, I see Roman trying to do the things I do, and
Yeah.
like you said, Jack's trying to run to the corner. I'm sure he's trying to hit threes like you, like the crazy step backs and stuff. And Roman's trying to do some of the moves I do, which is a bit too advanced for him right now. And it's like, how do you manage to tell him like to get that out of his mind and be like, you gotta play your game and what you can do,
Yeah.
and like trying to coach him to like his skill set and not yours. Like, how do you find that? And like, does he listen to you as much? Because I know sometimes Roman really like will not listen at all. But like, what's your experience with like your brother?
I've been coaching for a while. Like when Roman played for Tornadoes, I think it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
I've been coaching since then, so I've like understand like the way how he listens, the way how he acts. So over all these years, I like understood that he doesn't like being told. Like you gotta like demonstrate it. So it's like I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like you can't really just like tell him like go do this because he won't understand it. So over the years, it's like you've seen how he's progressed, how he's like learned. So you just keep taking that on, learn from it, and then that's how you get to help him improve. But like, I do see him like trying to shoot threes. Like if when we go in the driveway shooting, he's trying to shoot these like really long threes. But I'm like just saying try and get the basics down first because like you can advance to that eventually, but just try and get the basics nailed first.
Yeah, because he's kind of missing that bit of seeing you when you were that age.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing at that age you weren't just sat, well, maybe you were.
I don't know. Tom's been Jackie free since like pretty young, to be honest. He's just like squat to the floor, just two-handed push it. But
But I'm guessing there's a bit more skill development in other areas.
Yeah, like when I was playing like shooting stars, I was like bringing down the ball. So I remember I used to just bring down the ball, and then we had like these plays, like remember one, two, and three,
yeah, 1, 2, 3.
and we had these plays. So I was like running down and like calling these plays, which he didn't really see. But then when I came to Magic and I started like running to the corner, being the shooter, that's what he started seeing then. So he only saw me from that level. He never saw me where I brought down the ball, like trying to organize stuff. So I think he's just seen that and gone, oh, that's how he should play, and just played like that.
Yeah. You know, if you wanted to create a shooter at a young age, what would you do?
I would say try and start close. Because with me, I just went from jacking it. So that's why I had like a bad form, like two hands. So I think like you should start close. Because my old coach Larry, who used to teach me how to shoot, he had like cones lay out, and he went, "Oh, you're only allowed to use one hand, and you have to make three in a row. If you miss, you're moving closer." And he just did that over like week after week after week. He went in games, you can still shoot how you normally shoot, but in practice, try and shoot normally. So if I had to give advice, it would be start close with one hand and then work your way back and then just go from there.
So when was the transition of you like changing your shot from this crazy, awful two-handed shot to like a decent? You've got a decent enough form now where I would say there's nothing technically there where you was like, oh, that has to definitely change or anything.
I would say it was like when I first moved to Magic, I think it was like under 12s because I was at Spinners and I shot like that. Then I went Giants and they didn't really do anything. That was more fitness. That's why I left there. And I came here, and then you always need to like fix your shot, do this. That's why I liked it here because they like worked on your technique and like get everything perfect. Then yeah, get your fitness go before we get onto that. So I feel like they helped me improve my shot, and that was like 11, 12 years old. I did that.
Is there any other things like obviously you're a shooter and you love shooting, like that's kind of like your thing. But like, is there anything else you wish like? Because like kind of in our offense, you can do other things. Like sometimes you come off actions, like we're a pretty free flowing offense. But is there any other like aspects of your game you wish like you did more of in a game, or you like yeah, that was more your role? Like, is there
Yeah.
anything else?
I feel like I wouldn't say pick and roll is my thing, like coming off a screen, but like I like where it's like a down screen and I'm in the corner, I run up and then like penetrate, like get into the key, look to like create advantages by doing that. I feel like I need to add that.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like that's not just you. I feel like it's the team as well. 'Cause I feel like even like this is me sometimes. Like if I'm bringing it down, it'd be like, okay, Tom, I'll get him a shot. I'll run two for
Yeah.
Tom to shoot, or horns for Tom to shoot, or something like that. And then it doesn't really cross my mind to go, oh, maybe he wants an away and like a rescreen or anything like that. Like that sometimes doesn't cross my mind. And it's like, are those things you would like? Like you wouldn't mind those calls, or would you prefer to like get you two and you shot and maybe you can pump fake and play of it how you want, or would you prefer like a varied option?
I would say like it say I've just subbed in, I'll probably like get like the away action, get into the game a bit, and then say I've like hit like one or two threes, then like start running like the horns and stuff like that. Like get into the game, get comfortable, get into the flow of it, then start doing that.
Yeah, well, one for you, Harley. Would you want that many shots that Tom gets?
I don't think that's something like I'd want. Like I don't think I'd like I don't know. That's not something I'd want to do. Like where it's like I come on and someone's like two for you and you're shooting it like because like sometimes that's what I say to Tom. I'm like, okay, Tom, I'm running this. I'm like, if you open, you like you let it fly. Like I don't know. That's not something I'd like to come on and like be told like
Yeah.
have that shot like oh here's like this place for you to shoot like that's not something I'd be into. Or like some of the shots you take I couldn't do that. Like sometimes I think that and that's not like something I'd be into. I'd rather like create something or maybe get to the rim or like a mid range or like a pull up. I think that's something more I'm comfortable with, like in my control. 'Cause I feel like a lot of Tom's shots come off maybe like someone else setting it up and then Tom gets the shot. Like it's a lot of catch and shoot, or maybe you do like a little step back off it, but a lot of it's ending the offense. And I prefer like the other bit of that. Like I wouldn't like sometimes every now and then, but like not as much as like Tom does it.
Yeah, but do you feel like there's a lot of pressure when you're that sort of guy? Because it's kind of like you're a catch and shoot guy, and you better make it. That makes sense. Like, do you feel that a bit? Oh.
To be fair, I like pressure. Yeah. I think I perform better with pressure. So like if say like the game's on the line and you trust me to shoot, I would love that. I would love like the pressure of thinking, oh, I need to make this, and I feel like that will make me perform better than like going, oh, it's just a normal catch and shoot three. I prefer pressure. It's like Final Fours and stuff like that, where there's big crowds, like we need to win. I feel like I perform better in that like environment.
Yeah, I feel like you almost go into a little bit of a zone. Yeah. You rack off like 3 threes and then just sit down. But then, what about though if the pressure was different? Because like say Harley's role is a different role to yours. How would you deal with the pressure of having to, I don't know, break a press as the point guard or set up the offense or have to make a good read out of pick and roll? Do you think if that was the role, do you think that pressure is a little different? Yeah, you need more reps. Yeah. But yeah, I guess it's all different roles, isn't it? Like, yeah. Fair enough. Well, kind of moving on to that, I have a question about like people that are offensive mindset and people that are defensive mindset. So the first one is when you're an offensive mindset guy, normally you get branded as being selfish. Yeah. And I feel like that's not really fair sometimes because where my skill set lies, I can score quite a lot. Now, do you ever feel like that like sometimes you're scoring and scoring, and do you ever think like, oh, am I being selfish now, or do you not even cross your mind?
I feel like for the team, so if I hit like two threes in a row, I feel like the team sort of like looks for me. Yeah. So I feel like that's the team decision that they want me to shoot because they're looking for me now because I've hit a few. But like if I'm just taking my own shots, like if I miss one and then I go, oh, I need to make the next one, just try and create my own shot. I feel like that could be deemed as selfish because I'm trying to get my own shot.
So okay.
But yeah, I feel like I could, if the team looks for me, I think it feels better.
Yeah.
in our offense, like say you've missed some shots, like maybe two or something, and like they're just not hitting.
Yeah.
Obviously, I feel like as a shooter, you have to keep shooting. But like, what crosses your mind there, as in like, if they're not going in, does it ever, like when you catch it, do you ever doubt the shot to where, because like like a miss is like a loss of a possession, and that
Yeah.
could be like pretty hurtful to the team. So does that ever cross your mind, or is it that like this is my shot, like I'm gonna keep taking this until I make it, or like do you ever sometimes doubt it and then pass it on one more, or do a drive or something else?
I feel like if I'm missing, I just need to see the ball go through the net once. So I'll look for like the layup. Like we played against Birmingham. The first half I weren't really hitting anything, but then there was one where I was on a fast break. Jack Walton hit me, and I made the layup, and then I started hitting my shots. And so I feel like it's just I need to see the ball go through the net, and then this should be okay then. Yeah.
Hmm.
But then last season, I felt like you were really down on your shot at some points.
Yeah.
And I wonder where that comes from. Like, do you feel like outside factors can have a massive effect on people's performance on the floor?
Yeah. I feel like what people say as well. So if you say you like go to like college or something, and someone goes, "Oh, you didn't shoot that well," and all this like could get onto you. But then it's like the opposite. Like if you have a bad shooting day, they all go, "Oh, you did this, you did that." But if you have a good shooting day, they're all like on your side. So it's just a bit like that.
Yeah, it's very fickle.
Like the one thing like with defense is it's pretty like you can't really measure it as much like, I guess you can measure like steals and blocks, but you can't really measure if you stayed in front of the ball, if you played defense well.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like subjective to the people who watch the game, where it's like, okay, he played good defense. But I guess with your aspects with the shooting, it's a lot more statistical. Like people can record that.
Yeah.
And do you find that a bad thing or do you find that a good thing? Like, what are your thoughts on like everything you kind of do is kind of stat based compared to like someone else who's defensive mindset? Theirs is more just like how someone else deems their performance.
Yeah. Um, I don't really know how to answer.
Well, I think on that though, like the defensive side. First, how much emphasis do you put on the defensive side? Like, do you feel like it's a hard thing? Because say you're offensive mindset, but you've still got to play on the other side of the ball.
Yeah. If I'm like not shooting well, I put more emphasis on my defense side. I think, if I'm not making my shots, I need to make up on the defense side. But then if I'm making my shots, I'm like still on defense, but I don't think I try as hard if I'm missing all my shots.
That's not good to say in front of the coach. I think you should try and be as good as possible on defense for everyone. Because what does everyone want at the moment? 3-and-D guys. And there's only two things there, and one of them's defense. Yeah, so I do think there needs to be an emphasis on defense. But then I do think, I don't know about you guys, there's an argument sometimes where, say we've got a great defender on our team, it almost like he doesn't really have to do anything offensively. If you're a great defender, just play defense and then just be within the offense. Like, do you think that's like acceptable? Do you think everyone should have to kind of be able to do both?
I think everyone should play a role. It's like, yeah, if you're good on defense, that's just like adding on. So then you should include him in the offense because he's doing all the hard work to like get the ball back, get the stops. So he should like get the ball or get a good basket because he's putting all the dirty work. He should get like the reward for doing all the dirty work by getting scores.
I think I agree with Tom said like this role based where if Tom's hitting his shots and he's like they're helping the team. We're not saying take your foot off on defense and just like we'll pick up all your slack. But it's like I guess there's a bit more leeway towards him, as in the facts where he's contributing on the offensive end more than the guy who's really helping out defensively. And defensively, he's putting in the work there to where if he's not contributing defensively or offensively, then it's like, what's he doing? Whereas at least Tom's helping out. As long as he's not hindering on the other end, I don't see as much of a negative there. And I also feel like there's a thing where like offense is the rewarding end and defense is like what Tom said, the dirty work. But I also disagree with that a bit where like I know some guys like Jacko, like when he does a good like defensive end or defensive possession, it's not like, yeah, I just put in that work. It's kind of like just as rewarding as if Tom hit a free for himself. Like I feel like there's that same reward based level. Like everyone loves to score because like that's like a big thing of the game. But also I think defense is just as rewarding as offense. That can be a misconception to where just because he played loads of defense, he should get the shots offensively because he put in that work compared to like, do you get what I'm trying to say with that?
I do get what you're trying to say, but then there's a thing of when you're on defense, okay, you're taking charges, you're getting steals. They're like the showy things of it, and everyone's celebrating. When we're talking about defense, sometimes you're getting scorers, and all they do is score, but defensively they can't cover anything. Like they can't cover any actions the other team are doing. They always miss the tag. They always let the man cut back door. There has to be a point there where even if the guy's dropping 20, if he's giving up more than 20 on the other end, that's when I think there is a problem. And there needs to be a bit where the offensive guy understands I can't be, like you said, a liability on defense. I have to be at least capable. I have to be capable of helping on these actions. I have to be able to deal with pick and roll. I have to be able to do that. Even if I'm not quite as good as the best defender on the team, I still need to be able to do that, I think.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah. And like, I guess it's like what you expected of on the other end is like completely different. Like, I feel like sometimes, like maybe our best defender, we don't expect you to go out there and do the exact same as him and pick up their best guy and press him 94 feet and get a steal and be like some crazy menace. I guess it's kind of the opposite of as long as you don't, as long as you're not in a negative factor and like you're contributing still positively and not negatively. And we're not asking you to like I say, contribute as much as the other guy. But as long as you're not hurting the team and you're still helping a bit, I guess that's like still understandable and acceptable.
Yeah, I think so. Like when you're playing defense, I guess you get no real enjoyment out of it.
If I'm like into it, I feel like yeah, it's good because then the whole team's behind you. Yeah. And then like if I'm pressing up with my guy and then I hear everyone shouting like the bench is clapping, cheering, like then I enjoy it because then you're like, oh, everyone's behind me on this. I need to get the ball, and then put pressure on the offense. But then like when I'm like it's quiet, I feel like I'm just there to play defense.
Yeah. Well, anyway, moving on from Finger, I'm wondering. Obviously, you've been part of this club, so Manchester Magic, for years. I don't know when you actually started, but it must have been like under 12s or something. Yeah. I wonder how much a club like this, and I'm sure there's other clubs around. I'm wondering how much youth basketball you think has a massive impact on someone's personality. I think there's been a massive personality shift with you.
Yeah. I feel like when you're younger, it's more about like the friends that you make. But like, so I think you came the year before me. I was at Giants. He came with
Mm.
Jacko.
Oh, I thought he was on about
Oh,
years that. Yeah, yeah. I was.
yeah,
Me and Jack came the year before, but
yeah.
he's still at Giants.
So I came following Harley and Jack because I've known them. So I came with them, and I remember Jack Walton joined at the same time as me. So I was like, yeah, these are like my mates, and just like getting along with them. That's where I saw it as here. So then, as I like progressed, it came more of like outside friendships and just getting like friends lifelong. So that's what I think.
Right, last question, Tom. So we'll call the Next Possession podcast. Yeah, you knew that. Yeah. So we always ask at the end, what's next for you? So what's next playing wise? What's next education wise? Coaching wise?
Um, in college, I want to do a third year to then like get the extra like qualifications. I'm gonna try and do a 1 year coaching course, which also helps with what I want to do. I want to coach. So, but then I also want to like go on to uni and all that and try and pursue the coaching. So I don't want to just coach basketball. Like, if I became like going to like around schools and doing that, I want to like do football, like do different sports. I don't want to just be restricted to basketball.
You trash at them though, aren't
Yeah.
you? Right, yeah.
Um, but then like in basketball terms, I want to try and play as long as possible. So I want to play next year and then see if anything happens out of that. Because then like this coaching thing might not actually come if I like do something with basketball. So coaching's just like a backup plan in case basketball doesn't work. So obviously I want to coach here, like help like the younger generation. Like I'm doing the under 12s, like taking them from the start to now. You've seen the progress, which I get enjoyment out of, like seeing how they progress, and then hopefully like see them like going through, see how they go.
Yeah,
That was a good answer, if you ask me.
that's a good answer.
Well, thank you for coming on the next possession today, Tom. It was great having you, great seeing your perspective on the questions we had. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to drop in the next episode, like and subscribe.